Hey, how's it going? It's Ollie here. So first of all, Happy New Year, and I hope your Christmas season was awesome. Hope you had some good downtime with family, and I hope you're feeling really motivated to actually make 2019 your most successful year yet, right? So I want to talk a little bit about how I'm planning to actually make this stuff happen, right? Not just by setting, empty resolutions and then breaking them, but by actually starting off January with a bang, but then allowing this to continue, this energy to continue throughout the rest of the months of the year, to make sure that by the end of this year, I hit really big goals, right? And I'll give you a few tips that have worked for me in previous years that you can apply to your business and to your goal setting process, just to make sure you're focused on the right stuff now, and so it continues that same way throughout the year. So I think one of the first things to focus on with making an entire year better than the previous one is to get going with quick wins, right? It's easy to focus on like massive goals, so you might be thinking to yourself, well, I want to build a 6-figure income this year. I want to generate, 10K a month in profit. And right now that might be like quite a distant, far away goal for you to set. And it's awesome to have a goal like that. That was my initial goal when I first started selling on Amazon in 2015, and I hit it within 11 months. But in January, 10K a month was like crazy high for me, seemed almost unrealistic. And if I'd only focused on that, like putting together actions to get towards that, I could have actually quit somewhere along the way, just because it feels like it's so distant. So one thing I'd really recommend, as you're moving towards gradually getting closer and closer to a big goal, is getting some quick wins along the way. So what could be a quick win for you right now with an Amazon business, right? What could make you feel like you're moving in the right direction? What could keep you motivated to keep moving, and then actually set the process in motion to continually take action throughout the rest of the year so you can actually hit those goals, right? Because really what matters when it comes to hitting big goals isn't just what you do with a burst of energy, one day or 1 week or 1 month. It's how consistent you've been and how much momentum you've had throughout the whole year, right? If you look back over 2018, what you did in January 2018 was only a 12th of what needed to take place throughout the whole year to actually hit a big goal throughout the year. So if you did loads of stuff in January, felt really motivated, and then it kind of had a slump, then it doesn't really matter how much stuff you did in January, right? Because it gets overshadowed by the lack of momentum throughout the rest of the year. So we want to have some quick wins now and then build up the momentum. So what could be a quick win when it comes to building an Amazon business? Well, one really, really good thing to do, which you can probably put into place within the next 3 or 4 weeks, is actually launch a test batch of a private label product, right? So this is something I teach all of my students to do, right? First thing I want them to do before they go ahead and order, say, 1,000 units of a product is maybe order like 50, right? So you can actually find, a smash hit product that's selling on Amazon, or something that you think is going to be really good. Use one of the lists that I've given out for free in the past, or have a look, use Jungle Scout to figure out where the hot products are. Use my handbook, which is actually in the description. You can go use those steps and find hot products. Like there's loads of them sitting in the Amazon marketplace waiting to be launched. And then instead of going out there and like spending $5,000 on an import, negotiating for months, making tweaks to everything, and then gambling on whether this import's going to work, go out there, find a supplier who'll give you 50 units, right? Get them imported just with express shipping. It takes like 4, maybe 5 days to get them shipped over in most cases. And you can have something selling within your account within the next 3 or 4 weeks. That is a quick win. Imagine if in 30 days from now, you had the first few sales of a new product on your Amazon account. How much emotional energy would that give you, right? Knowing that this sort of thing is working while you're moving in the right direction. How motivated will you be to order more stock of that product, or to look for new products to test, and to keep going through February, March, April, etc., etc. Right, so this is what I'd recommend. Get some quick wins going now, whatever that could mean for you in your current business. You might have some stock sitting around in your warehouse, right? And it might be that a quick win for you is to start turning on some pay-per-click campaigns to get stuff to sell. Maybe run some promotions. It might be that a quick win for you is to do some arbitrage. If you're doing arbitrage right now, go out there and set a schedule to send in a box of stock every week just to make January amazing, and the results of it continue through February, March, April, right? Because remember, with Amazon, a lot of what we're doing is getting the snowball to start, right? The more we focus on taking consistent action, the more stock we send into the warehouse, the more your money can compound, right? If you spend £500 on stock and it turns into £1,000, right? Once it's all sold, then you've got more money, right? To spend on more stock, or maybe you've got more stock in the warehouse to sell. What will happen with Amazon is you just get this kind of curve, this accelerated curve of growth. The more resources you have, the more stuff you have in the warehouse ready to sell. And if you send products into the warehouse now, and you keep doing that week after week, like for the next few months, some of the stuff that you sent in January will still be sitting there in April and it will still be selling. So that'll sell, plus all the stuff from the previous months, plus the stuff you send in that month. So over time, things really start to snowball. So get quick wins now, right? Something that makes you feel good, something that makes you feel like you're moving forward. And then use that as like a ramp to get more and more momentum. And over the next few months, really hit those big goals. So that's the first thing, quick wins, get that momentum rolling, start building the snowball. And then another tip I would recommend is incremental goals. Yes, you might want to get to 10 grand a month, and that's an awesome goal to go for, right? That's like, for me, a 6-figure business is kind of a stepping stone towards a successful income, right? That's one of the big milestones you should head for. But just going from 0 to 10K, I mean, you're missing out quite a few milestones in between. So maybe incremental milestones could be, number 1, just pay your bills. You get like an unbelievable amount of freedom once you've generated enough income just to cover your costs. Let's say you do all the maths, right, and really strictly like work out how much you need to spend every month, and you figure out, yeah, I probably need 2.5K a month just to live. Right now, that might be crazy to you, that might be too low or too high or whatever it is, but you'll have a figure, let's say it's 2.5K a month, right? If you can earn that amount and you have the freedom then to maybe quit your job or maybe keep it going but just feel more kind of financially free, right? It does so much for you. It does so much more than just being able to cover your bills, because now you actually have a bit of leeway to be creative, right? Because now you're not just earning money to pay your bills. Any money above that is extra. So now you can take risks, right? Now you can be a little bit more daring when it comes to trying products or making decisions in your business. And this is where you actually get the real growth. So I find what happens with clients is they go from 0 to 2.5K a month or whatever that amount is to cover expenses. Then they have a breakthrough. And because they can be a little bit more daring, they've got a little bit more confidence at that point, that's when the crazy growth happens. And going from 2.5K a month to say 10K a month, that chunk is like much easier. They've already got momentum, the snowball started, right? They've had the quick wins, they've hit an initial milestone, and then it's time to really ramp things up. So, hope these few tips have given you some inspiration of what to focus on, how to set goals for the next few months. And I really can't wait to see how your results go in 2019. So I'll put a few links in the description of this video. You can grab my handbook if you haven't got it already to figure out how to find hot products. Also, you can book in a free Amazon Accelerator call with my team, and we'll come up with a plan for you based on your situation and your goals for how you can crush it selling on Amazon this year. And then if you like, we can have a chat about how I can personally actually help you and mentor you to get there. So click the link in the description below to grab one of those resources, and I can't wait to see your results. Take care, keep believing, and we'll speak soon.